He's from Tasmania and she's from the land of the long white shroud. That's Stewie and Camille, and all I ever need is you. And the time is rapidly approaching 30 minutes past 9 o'clock. My great pleasure to welcome into the studio Ray Summers from Neighbourhood Watch. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, Peter, and what a beautiful morning it is.
Isn't it? Sensational.
And tomorrow's going to be 28, Wednesday 31.
Yep.
That's getting a bit hot for me.
Getting a bit over the top that way.
Yeah.
I draw the line at around about the 32, 33 mark. I think after that, I don't want it. Thank you very much.
No good for me. Well, Peter, we've had to change our plans. Our guest plan for today, Sergeant Peter Beltis from Box Hill Divisional Tasking Unit, has been traded to a special effort team that started last Sunday night. So I guess he's excused.
Well, I suppose on this occasion.
And you told me he turned up last week.
He turned up, and what a nice man. A lovely bloke.
Wow.
We had a bit of a chat out in the kitchen there, but yes, he'd come one day too early, and then he decided he didn't like the whole idea, and he's packed it in altogether. So, Sergeant Peter, if you're listening...
We've missed you. Well, Peter, you and I are on Plan B. I'm the visitor, as I did not get picked up on the draft.
No.
And I didn't see your name there either.
No.
So,
I'm thinking of getting out of the game altogether.
I think you and I are in the same place as last year and the year before. No movement.
That's right, pretty much.
Peter, let me tell you about a couple of big events that we've had in the month of October for Neighbourhood Watch in Whitehorse. We had Safe Plate Day down at Bunnings, Canterbury Road, Vermont South on Saturday the 4th of October. And it was a great success achieved by many volunteers doing a range of jobs and all coming together to make a great result. We didn't get any number plates mixed up. That's excellent.
That's always good to know.
We installed anti-theft screws in about 180 vehicles, signed up 30 subscribers for Whitehorse E-News, received compliments from lots of people, including the Whitehorse City Councillor and a parliamentarian. How about that? That's
well done.
2 ticks.
That's good.
One visitor signed up for Neighbourhood Watch, and another described it in the morning session. It was a bit like Bathurst Pit Lane, cars coming in and out everywhere. And what is important or appreciated is that Eastern Division 1 Vehicle Investigation Team from Box Hill were present. There was 4 staff and they came to help us. They can bend down better than us older guys. Along with our crime prevention officer, Bunnings for providing sight and equipment, Woodards for signage, Leader newspapers, and 3WBC 94.1. Their support was greatly appreciated.
That's wonderful.
And the highlight of the day, well, I've told you the important parts. The most important part that created a little entertainment was observing a Bunnings customer who'd bought about a 3 metre length of fencing, trellis fencing, about 600 or 700 millimetres wide, to put it in a car. It took him half an hour, but he got it in the back window and it went out the other window at the passenger side.
Oh, dear.
It was a mammoth effort. And the car drove away with a wide load sign.
A good thing by the sound of it.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
But again, my sincere thanks to everyone who helped on that day. A huge effort was achieved and achieved our goal, and by getting 180 plus more number plates fixed with anti-theft screws.
How long were you there, Ray?
We were there from 10 till 3.
Gee, that's quite a reasonable
We could have
throughput.
done more in the afternoon session,
Yep.
but everybody comes in the morning. I think I'm a bit like that.
Yeah.
Then you're home and
Then you're home and you're doing the stuff that you went down to Bunnings for.
or you're subject. You can go off to do other things if they appear.
Yeah, that's right. Gee, that's good throughput. 180 plus in 5 hours.
Yes.
My word.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
Now, yesterday we had the Spring Festival, and it was a real good spring day. A little bit of a wind, but it created a draft, so it wasn't too hot. And that was up at the Nunawading Civic Centre, and I noticed 3WBC were up there.
We were indeed.
Working hard. That went from 10 till 4. We had 12 Neighbourhood Watch volunteers on duty, a much lighter day from our point of view. We signed up about 100 new Whitehorse e-News subscribers and scored 2 new volunteers for Neighbourhood Watch.
Oh, well done.
We distributed about 150 information bags to adults, handed out about 2,000 activity sheets to children, and there were 24 squash feet by the end of the day.
You're glad to see them back,
Oh,
weren't you,
man.
after all that?
And I got into bed and I was half awake and I thought, my feet still hurt. Why? I'm off them. Why doesn't it stop? Anyway, we shared our day in a large area together with Whitehorse Community Group Support Group, and they picked up a number of new people. And the Victoria Police had 4 vehicles with the kids who'd sit in and have their photo taken.
Yeah.
Yes, I encouraged some of them to get their photo with their parents, get their photo taken in the front seat. The next time they get a ride, it might be in the back seat. So have a look to see what it's like. Peter, I need to tell you about the same old story again. No, I'm changing my tune here. We'll step right on.
Okay.
I'm swapping things around here. This will upset your computer.
Oh, look, it's in a tiz-was already. 24 minutes to 10, Monday morning program, and Ray Summers from Neighbourhood Watch, my studio guest.
Peter, I read again. Police say lock it or lose it. And what's happening is a massive spike in thefts from cars has seen police create a new pilot task force to tackle vehicle-related crime. The new vehicle investigation team is based at Box Hill Police Station and will run across Whitehorse, Manningham, Burundara and Monash for 3 months. When will people realise that you have to lock your car? The initiative comes as crime stats in the last financial year show a 24.1% jump in thefts from cars, up 226 cases. And it just goes on. Inspector Bob May said the task force had been created to combat the increase in thefts. And I just noticed I'm jumping away from my article here that I spotted in the newspaper. In our last crime report received for Neighbourhood Watch, Whitehorse alone, theft from motor cars, 23 reported thefts from motor vehicles spread across Whitehorse. That's just for a week.
Crazy. People just don't learn, do they?
Big print at the bottom. Police urge the community to make sure that their vehicles are locked at all times and any valuables removed. Moving on a little, there were 7 reports of theft of motor vehicles. And I believe the popular car at the moment is older model Nissan Pulsars.
Is that right?
Well, they don't have immobilisers. You only need a screwdriver to undo the lock.
Yes.
Stick it in, turn, and it works.
There you go.
Same with the ignition. And the other thing I noticed on this report for that period, there were 16 reported incidents in Whitehorse. This is residential burglaries. And they've moved into the field of disarming alarms and tampering with CCTV systems on 3 premises in Mont Albert.
Oh.
So they're getting smarter.
So they're not a great deterrent. Well, not as great a deterrent as they once were,
yeah,
CCTV and
perhaps
other
they're getting
alarms.
smarter.
Yeah.
But this article in this new task force that's up and running, just incredible. I really wonder how many times we've got to be told. Just as well we don't get marked for answering the quiz questions.
That's right.
Now, changing, and I'm moving along here. You may have read, I think it came out in our e-news, Whitehorse scored a state award. The editor of our e-news, the editor of Vic News, which is the stretching e-news into a Victorian country version, won a state award of honour at the Neighbourhood Watch Victorian Awards dinner and presentation on the 9th of October.
Oh, it's wonderful.
And the gentleman who read out the citation, you would know him, Mr. Elder.
Ah, Mr. Graham Elder.
Christine Summers has been a zone rep, newsletter editor, Assistant Area Manager for the areas in Blackburn for the past 14 years. More recently, she has taken over the roles of publicity and newsletter editor for Neighbourhood Watch Whitehorse. She's the editor of Whitehorse E-News, which won a Communication Award last year. She's also responsible for the development and distribution of advertising material to promote local events. Is the official photographer, and this is the important part, and caterer. Ensures that we all get a cup of tea at Whitehorse events.
And that is very important.
Very
indeed.
important.
Well done, Chris. Congratulations. That's terrific. And I commend our listeners to have a look at the E-News. It really is sensational. She does a wonderful job.
And if you want to order E-News, just send us an email to whitehorse@neighbourhoodwatch.com.au. And as a result of our activities in October, another 150 plus people will get the E-News. Now, what we do know is there's something like 15 or 1,600 people receive E-News across Victoria. But what we do know, but we don't have the numbers, it goes to areas and editors in country Victoria, and they cut it up and use the pieces they want. So
wonderful.
It could be multiplied by 5 times the coverage.
Yeah.
I mean, we know it happens in Whitehorse. They take E-News, pick up bits they want. It happens in Manningham with Jeff Klute's group. They just take pieces out of E-News that suits Manningham.
Right.
Although it's a predominantly Whitehorse-centred paper, the back half can be used by everybody. It's common. What else do I need to tell you, Peter? I think I'm just telling you about the things that we've done so well.
You had a little bit of information about Party Safe as well, because
Oh,
we're coming into the party
I-
season. Christmas parties, cup parties, all that sort of nonsense.
You've got me under pressure now. Now
have,
I've got to
haven't I?
find it.
Oh dear.
I saw it. Party Safe. No, it's not on that page.
It's 19 minutes to 10 o'clock. You're listening to the Monday morning program with Peter Cassidy and Ray Summers from Neighbourhood Watch, a regular Monday morning program guest.
I have found it, Peter. Whitehorse Police have reminded people to register parties via the Party Safe program to avoid violence, intoxication, gate crashes and keep party goers safe. Contact your local station or register at police.vic.gov.au so police know what's on. So if you're in Whitehorse, you can register at Burwood Police Station in Burwood Road near Macca's.
Yes,
Box Hill Police Station opposite the Town Hall,
can't miss that one.
and Nuttawading Police Station up near the Nuttawading or Whitehorse Civic Centre. How many times do you ever refer to the centre up there in Nuttawading as Nuttawading and not Whitehorse? I do it often.
Yes. Yes.
Somebody asked why, and I said, well, at least you know what suburb I'm in. Peter, I think I've reached the end.
You've reached the end.
Yeah.
Well, that's
yeah.
good, as
This was all a
always.
bit of a rush for me this week. The
Well,
important-
I blame it all on Sergeant Peter. It's his.
yes, he's upset us.
He's thrown the balance
I
completely.
didn't know that we had
hasn't
to talk. I had to talk so long. Important. Let me tell you as I round off. Neighbourhood Watch Whitehorse website is www.nhw.com.au/Whitehorse. I'll repeat that E-News email address: whitehorse@nhw.com.au. We know about coming to 3WBC. That's on the third Monday of each month at 9:30.
it is indeed.
Neighbourhood Watch Victoria Facebook, www.facebook.com/nhw.vic. I think that about covers everything.
Just about.
And the
got
other
it
bit
wrapped
I
up.
wanted to tell you, Peter, I'm on duty next month. And what is important, there is only 66 sleeps
Oh.
to Christmas.
Thank you very much for reminding me of that. That's just the sort of information I want.
You need made your day.
Oh, it has. It has. And the fruit mince pies are already out in the supermarkets, I'm pleased to advise. But I could eat fruit mince pies any time of the year.
It doesn't have to be Christmas
Doesn't have to be
time.
Christmas. So I'm so glad they're out there.
You buy extras when after Christmas when they're on special. put them in the freezer.
Put them in the freezer.
And you could have one each
That's
week.
right. Oh, I could too. I love them with whipped cream over the top. Oh,
Yes. Makes them slide better and they don't get stuck on the corners on the way down.
that's right. Race Lovers, it's always a great pleasure talking to you. Thank you for your time, and we will see you on the third Monday of next month.
Yes, if I don't get it all muddled up.
Thanks, Graham. There you go. Now I'm muddled. Thank you, Graham. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Linesman, and thank you, Ball Boys. And it's 15 minutes to 9 o'clock. Now I've really gone off the rails. It's 15 minutes to 10 o'clock on 94.1. Informing and entertaining Melbourne's Inner East.